How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Now today I want to talk about Marvel Rivals. Now as an avid Overwatch player, I was really excited for this game to come out. I played through the playtest I did back in summer and genuinely it was a lot of fun. I instantly fell in love with characters such as Venom and Magneto. And now that the full game is out and it features my favourite superhero Moon Knight, I want to give my honest and unbiased thoughts about my experience thus far. So, starting off with the gameplay, I really enjoy it. It feels really good and it's fast paced and chaotic enough to keep me engaged.
Also, I got to play with ML7 twice, so like,
yeah. One of the main things I really like is the destructible environment. It leads to some really fun angles to peek, especially playing someone like Moon Knight. Although it can be a little frustrating when my ankhs are getting destroyed because I have placed them on a destructible wall, but that one's more on me. But the fighting does feel really good and the feedback on getting hits feels really nice, apart from the odd shot not registering sometimes. Duelist is my favourite role to play, not hard considering there are so many duelists, but I do enjoy playing the odd game of tank. In terms of duelist, I really like playing Moon Knight, he is my main guy. I also like playing a bit of Wolverine here and there, as well as Black Widow. When it comes to tank, I really like playing Captain America and Magneto and Venom the odd time. I find the three of them really fun to play. Especially Magneto with a Scarlet Witch matchup feels so cool. Like, playing with Scarlet Witch as Magneto makes me feel so incredibly cool, dude. It makes me feel like Malekith from Elden Ring. I love it so much. I haven't played much in support due to none of the characters really making me that interested, apart from Cloak and Dagger. Their swapping out is really fun and they have a really nice kit and it's enjoyable seeing how they differ from each other. They also have a synergy with Moon Knight, so I enjoy that as well. Now, as much as I enjoyed the chaotic, fast-paced fighting, I feel there are some big issues in terms of balancing and whatnot. I find myself facing the same frustration as I would against certain heroes in Overwatch. Getting beamed by a Hawkeye across the map feels just as bad as getting domed by a Widowmaker. Getting constantly rinsed in the backline by either a Psylocke or an Iron Fist feels horrible, especially since Iron Fist just doesn't die. Supports like Luna Snow or Mantis can be really hard to kill and can kill you really quickly. Speaking of Luna, her ultimate lasts way too long. It's like a good 12 seconds of what is basically a transcendence. I think that's probably my main issue when it comes to the characters. Some ultimates are way too strong and require very little effort to be very effective. Like Hawkeye is incredibly strong and so is Iron Fist, while other characters like Moon Knight and Scarlet Witch feel like they need a lot more preparation and thought to get any sort of real value from an ult. Don't get me wrong, Scarlet Witch is very strong in her base kit, but her ultimate takes a very long time to charge up and she is very loud about it. It doesn't take much for a team to be well coordinated to look at her and beam her out of the sky. And to compare it to an ultimate like Iron Man's, which basically does the same thing and shoots a projectile that goes further, it only takes a matter of about 2 seconds for Iron Man's ult to actually charge up. And I do feel like a lot of the ults are really just the same thing. Big exploding projectile. We've got Iron Man, we've got Magneto and Black Widow. They all sort of kind of have the same ultimate. And don't even get me started on that goddamn shark. He is insanely cute, but I hate him. I also feel like the game needs a passive health regen, especially since there is a lack of roll queue, as it can be incredibly frustrating having to leave a fight to go and look for a health pack if you have no healer, or maybe you only have one healer who maybe isn't looking in your direction. Which also begs the question, do I think the game needs a roll queue? I would like the game to have some sort of roll queue, not as sort of heavy as Overwatch. Twitch streamer Boger said it really nicely and I do agree with his take on it. He says, I agree with this, but I don't want role lock to be implemented like Overwatch. It would be best if you could pick a preferred role but still be able to choose any hero. By default, each game should have at least one tank and 2 supports, otherwise it's just miserable to play. And it can be extremely miserable to play against a team that are better coordinated and have more players playing a more variety of roles. If you're jumping into a ranked game and your entire team are just playing duelist, it's not gonna go that well. If let's say the enemy team are running 1 tank, 2 supports and 3 DPS. But the game is only out and balance patches are bound to come. So I look forward to seeing the first wave of them. Moving on to the art style of the game, I am in love with it. It's so stylized and the animations are so fluid and work so well. They have very obviously put a lot of care and love into making each character look unique and making the MVP animations stand out. They are so well done and each one is insanely cool, with my favorite one probably being Venom. He just looks so sick and he is really well done. I'm glad they went with the style they did and not some sort of realism, as most times it doesn't work, especially when trying to portray characters such as Thor. I'm looking at you, Avengers. The skins for the characters are also fire. Hela's Battle Pass skin is insane and the MCU skins are done really well, especially the likes of Iron Man's or Wolverine's. I don't really have anything negative to say to you at this point. The art style is really good and I like it in all the areas. It really suits the game and I guess Marvel in general. Also, the voice acting is done really well, bringing voice actors who were well known for playing their respected characters like Travis Willingham for Thor or Steve Blum for Wolverine, as well as new voices for the likes of Eric Brahe playing Moon Knight, who does an amazing job by the way, and even actors from Overwatch like the voice actors for Kiriko, Juno and Soldier. They all do a really good job and hearing the interactions between characters is really fun. In terms of maps, I do like a good few of them, but also others just feel really meh. I'm not a big fan of the Wakanda maps, and I'm also not a fan of the Symbiote map, as sometimes I would genuinely rather be playing 2CP on Temple of Anubis than playing some of these maps. But I do quite enjoy the Tokyo maps. The ones where you have to help Spider-Zero, they're really good. I also do enjoy the Hydra maps. The way they move around and kind of shift I really like. But now I want to talk about the discord between both communities, Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. It's honestly just so annoying. For some reason, people genuinely don't think you can play or even like both games. All I've been seeing are just people comparing the two. Rival players talking about it being an Overwatch killer, and Overwatch players talking about how Rivals is gonna fall off once its honeymoon era is over. It seems whenever I see an argument that compares the two, logic just goes out the window. I've seen people comparing Marvel Rivals peak all-time players at launch to the average day on Overwatch 2. Of course Marvel Rivals is gonna be beating Overwatch 2 in player count. The game has just launched, and it's a game people have been looking forward to for quite a bit now. It's also not fair to compare the launch day to the average day in a game that's been out for 8 years, 9 years. It's like people can't be happy that both exist. And I'm well aware of people who are. I've seen a lot of people also being very happy that both games exist and saying they're going to continue to enjoy both, and that makes me really happy to see. I'm personally in the same boat. I'm going to enjoy both games and I'm going to enjoy both universes. I'm enjoying how Marvel Rivals is going, but will it be able to keep up in the future in terms of maintaining that good streak? Will it be able to keep the game fun and well balanced? We'll have to see. And I say this as a big critic of Overwatch. As much as I love the game, I'm not going to sit here and just glaze it. Overwatch has a lot of issues. It has had a lot of issues. But I still enjoy it. I still enjoy coming back and playing in that universe, hearing these characters, playing as these characters. Personally, I really enjoy Marvel Rivals, but it hasn't grabbed me like Overwatch has. Overwatch got me with its fun, fast-paced gameplay, as well as its incredibly unique characters. It also means a lot to me on a personal level and really helped me through a tough time in life. Marvel Rivals is a fun third-person shooter, and I really enjoy its art style. But even though I'd say I know Marvel decently, at the end of the day, they're just Marvel characters to me. It's just Iron Man. It's just Captain America. It's nothing really special to me. Nothing really unique to me, I guess. Psylocke won't hit me on the same level of coolness as Genji does. Punisher doesn't hit me on the same level as Soldier 76 does. His dark vigilante side doesn't grab me like Soldier did, and that's okay. I enjoy the Marvel characters and I absolutely love playing as Moon Knight. It's fun getting to play as my favourite superhero, but will Marvel Rivals keep me around as long as Overwatch has? Probably not. But I am really happy that both games exist, and I'm glad to have another game to enter my rotation of play. Overall, Marvel Rivals is incredibly fun, and I am looking forward to the roster expanding and the game getting updated. It's very fun, and I've been really enjoying ranked play. The system they've got going works, and it works well, and the Moon Knight skin they have on offer for placing in gold or higher is insanely good. But I hope my opinion on the game doesn't spark any discussion on which game is better, because I genuinely want people to enjoy both and just be happy, get along with each other. But I'm going to leave this video here. If you did enjoy, hit that subscribe button, because it does help out quite a bit. And consider becoming a member of the channel. It is the best way to support me. If you want to go follow me on any social media, it is all linked in the description. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. But yeah, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.